Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Now he's going on to details of qasr. So before we go into it, let's analyze. So Ijaz mean succinctness. Ijaz, as we discussed in the previous book, there are two types. One is Ijaz al-Qasr, and one is Ijaz al-Hazaf. Ijaz al-Qasr means what? Succinctness or brevity succinctness. What does that mean? That the words are all mentioned, but the wording is such that it expresses lots of meaning. Okay? As opposed to this one, Ijaz al-Hazaf, where you've removed, is what I call elliptical succinctness. What does elliptics mean? Where you have to remove something. Something is mahzoof. So when you remove, for example, let's say, for example, Surah Yasin. He says, وَمَا لِيَ لَعَبْدَ الَّذِي فَطَرْنِي وَإِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ أَتَّخِذُ مِن دُونِ آلِيَةً إِيرِنَّ الرَّحْمَنِ بِضُرٍّ لَا تُغْنِ عَنِّي شَفَاعَةُهُمْ شَيْئًا وَلَا يُنْقِذُونَ إِنِّي ذَلَّ فِي ضَلَالٍ مُبِينٍ إِنِّي آمَنْتُ بِرَبِّكُمْ فَاسْمَعُونَ قِيلَ خُلِ الْجَنَّةِ. So he's talking, and then it says to him, قِيلَ خُلِ الْجَنَّةِ أَنْتَ جَنَّةِ. So we understand that what happened, he was probably martyred. So that's Ijaz, that's very short as well, isn't it? Because why? It's hazaf. That's one. Another way of saying is إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. Nothing mahzoof in there. But what does it have? Lots of meaning. So you have an Ijaz al-Qasr, it's brevity succinctness and elliptical succinctness, meaning something is mahzoof and something is removed in there. Okay? This is what he's discussing. أقسام الإيجاز. الإيجاز brevity إما أن يكون بتضمن العبارة القصيرة معاني كثيرة. Ijaz occurs either because a brief or short text encompasses much meaning. Much meaning. Okay? وهو مركز عناية البلغاء. And this is what the real people try to do. They try to word something, short wording but lots of meaning. وبه تتفاوت أقدارهم. And via this, how much you're able to express in short words is where their value changes and differentiate. You see how good somebody is, how baligh somebody is from his ability to do this. ويسمى إيجاز قصرين. What's this called? Ijaz of qasr, meaning
so basically you've got a long piece of information.
Yeah, lots of man. I think a big thing you're trying to express, lots of meaning, a vast idea.
But you explain it in such a way where it's not too excessive, not too much.
No. That's musawa. Ijaz is very short. That this wording has so much meaning inside of it. Let me give you an example. What is Islam? Islam is a religion based on 5 fundamentals. From these 5 fundamentals, one is very important. It is an element. Without which Islam would not exist. Islam and Iman. This is called Shahada, bearing testimony. Along with this, there are 4 other pillars, 4 other fundamentals that are very, very important. Without which a person still remains a Muslim, but his Islam and Iman is very, very is weak, and he has a deficiency in his Islam. I just said that, innit? Prophet said what? بُنِيَ الْإِسْلَامُ على 5. So bunya Islam wala. Islam has been established upon 5. But not only bunya, because bunya is used for what? Building. Not building. Tents. So the Prophet said what? Bunya is used for tents. It's the word bina. So it's basically saying a tent built on 5. Obviously I'm not doing the 3-dimension properly, am I? You get what I'm trying to say? You got the middle one, and then you got, if this is the middle one, and that's a middle pole, and that's what going to each corner. That's what Buni Islam ala khamsin mean. Now, that expresses what I was trying to say before, is one middle, without that middle pillar, everything will collapse. Take one of those out, the buildings, the tent still exists, but it will be floppy on that side. So by just saying Buni Islam ala khamsin, that little 1.5 minute little introduction I give to Islam, is expressing these 4 words. This is called qasr. In short words, he expresses such great and deep meaning. You understand?
Islam is built
upon 5.
And you said that.
Yeah, because that's what means here. One pillar is very important. It's a center without which this whole thing will fall down. All these pillars, because if the middle, that supports everything else, that's not everything will fall. So in these words, this is so much meaning. And he gives example. نحو قوله تعالى ولكم في القصاص حياة. There's life for you in qisas. Now this here depends on tafsir. So I'm not going to go through this in too much detail, but I got some more examples for you. So basically what happens, that Arabs will say, you remember you then story about Muhalhil and the whole story. Who was the person got killed? Remember the name? Muhalhil, and then his sister, and then he killed somebody else, and huh? Yeah, Basus, and the whole heart of Basus that came into existence. So, yeah. So in there, what happened? He said, I don't, because you killed my brother's worth much more. I need 100 of your men, or I want somebody else. So I said, no. That's the problem. Allah says, no. وَلَكُمْ فِي الْقِصَاصِ. If you take retribution, but the same person in a proper way, then this is life for you. The Arab had another metaphor, but that doesn't have the same meaning as it. And I said this is very deep. We'll do it in tafsir, inshallah. I'll give a few more other examples. Look, Allah says, Allah, listen carefully. لَهُ الْخَلْقُ وَالْأَمْرُ. لَهُ الْخَلْقُ وَالْأَمْرُ. That's everything is for Allah. Khalq, every single thing that is created is for Him. And al-amru, choice, decision, power. لَهُ الْخَلْقُ وَالْأَمْرُ. Nothing's left. This is لَهُ الْخَلْقُ وَالْأَمْرُ. You've included everything. This ayah leaves nothing except. So everything is for Allah. Do you understand? Another example, okay? Yeah? Look at this one now. Allah says in the Quran, now this has to be short words. Look at this ayah. فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَى وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَى. If you look, unlike this ayah, you see this is very brief. It's brief, but look at what the meaning it has inside of it. Look at it. It's a beautiful ayah. So we have man. Man is what? We do it in usul al-fiqh, am. When you say man, it includes everything. So that means whoever. So does that include everybody? Male. So you don't have to use the word male, female, Muslim, non-Muslim. It says what? Man. So that word includes everybody. So that, lots of meaning in there as it is. Then you use the word ya'mal. He didn't say Allah didn't say yaf'al. What did he say? Ya'mal. What does ya'mal mean? Voluntary action you carry out. So everything, so that includes what? Man ya'mal. Whether it's a fail, body action, whether it's a niyyah, whether it's an intention, all of this is included. Man ya'mal, whoever does. Okay? That was mithqala dharra. Mithqal is equivalent of the weight of a dharra. And dharra is the smallest particle or element that they had in their language. This is called dharra. So, okay? So whoever does, whoever includes everybody who does. And ya'mal includes what? Actions that you do voluntarily. And that includes all types of actions. The heart, body, mind, everything. And then, mithqala dharra. And dharra is ma'rifah nakira? Nakira for what? Taqleel. Even the amount, tanween. You got tanween on this. Dharra. So whoever does what? The equivalent of what? The smallest, the slightest amount. He will see. And then yarahu, what does yarahu mean? It says yarahu, what does that mean? Look, you will see its consequences on the day of Qiyamah. So this ayah is lots of meaning inside of it. Now to explain this, or to explain it in English, or to explain all of this, you need about a couple of paragraphs. This ayah includes, the word man includes male, females, Muslim, non-Muslims, everybody. And then the word ya'mal includes all kind of voluntary actions. So to get all that, you have to say quite a bit. So the meaning is this much, wording is that much. So it's what? Qasr. And nothing has been removed. There's no hazaf in here. So it's ijaz, qasr. Okay? If you want to explain that, if I said to you, I'll give you whatever you want. Okay? Now, that's short. Allah said, we're going to give you this, we're going to give you that, we're going to give you this. For to explain Jannah, there's a few words that Allah uses. وَلَكُمْ فِيهَا. For you in Jannah, مَا تَشْتَهِي أَنفُسُكُمْ. Whatever your soul desires. وَلَكُمْ فِيهَا مَا تَدَّعُونَ. And whatever you call for, you will get it. There's nothing left. وَفِيهَا مَا تَشْتَهِيهِ الْأَنفُسِ. Whatever the heart and the soul desires, you will have. وَتَلَذُّ الْأَعْيُنِ. Whatever the eyes want to see. وَأَنْتُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. And وَأَنْتُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. Okay, you have everything. Let's say for example, he has everything in the world. But what's going to happen? He's worried about old age. He's worried about death. وَفِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. And the Prophet explains in hadith, says what? Allah says in hadith al-Qudsi, أَعْدَدْتُ لِإِبَادِيَ الصَّالِحِينَ وَمَا لَا عَيْنٌ رَأَتْ. It's just unexplained. مَا لَا عَيْنٌ رَأَتْ وَلَا أُذُنٌ سَمِعَتْ وَلَا خَطَرَ عَلَى قَلْبِ بَشَرٍ. Meaning that there's everything you can possibly want. That's in here. Wherever you can think about. Wherever you can think about. But even there are things which you have not even seen. So, that of meaning. Allah says, وَالْفُلْك. The fulk The ships are also ni'mah. Why? تجري في البحر بما ينفع الناس. So the ships move around in the ocean with things that benefit people. Now obviously in those times, the Prophet Allah never said, it brings this, it brings that, because ships, that's our main way of transport. We get air cargo, but the majority of our stuff comes from transport. So ما ينفع الناس. So the ships carry all these things that people benefit people. Okay? And somebody asked the Prophet advice. Advise me. He said what? إذا قمت في صلاتك فصلي صلاة مودع. When you perform salah as if you're bringing farewell to the dunya. My last salah. ولا تكلم بكلام تعتذر منه. When you say something, just think that, make sure that this speech you are saying, the words that you're going to say, doesn't cause you to regret, from which you have to ask forgiveness, or you have to retract your statements. Okay? وأجمل يأس مما في أيدي الناس. And don't have, and this be hopeless of what is in people's hand. Don't hope that anybody, don't have greed in anybody's possessions. So very, very comprehensive advice. So these are some examples of إيجاز القصر. And as you go into tafsir, you find many ayat have this إيجاز القصر. Okay? Any questions? You understand? So إيجاز القصر is where every single word that is meant to be there in terms of Nahw perspective is mentioned. There's no hazaf, but the words are brief, short, but the mani are much more than the words. So when I say words are brief, it doesn't mean you have 1 word, 2 words, 5. You can have a sentence which is about 30 words long. Like the Hajjatul Wada, the khutbah he gave, it's quite long, but it's still brief compared to the amount of meanings encompassed in it. Do you understand? So it can be like 20 sentences, but it can have meaning which expands about 40 sentences. Okay? So subhanallah bihamdi subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.